Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to another Goose Goose Duck video. Now, I'm just going to be hosting lobbies every Saturday, so I also had to re-record this because I realized my mic was off. I had it recorded, everything, and then I go look at my recording software, it's muted, so I look at the sound in the thing, which I also had my mic off during the recording. That's the key thing. That's why I checked. So I double checked the audio, and instantly there was no audio. So I was like, okay, I'll just re-record this in case either the recording software or my mic was off. So either one could have been off. And so, yeah. So I'm just going to go over the rules real quick for this. So the first thing is I don't want AFK players being killed in the lobby. The only exception is if there are only AFK players left for the Ducks to get kills to win. Try not to talk over people in meetings. Like, that's just a kind of a thing that I'd rather not be a thing. Though the discussion timer, in case you accidentally talk over somebody, is set to long enough for that to kind of work out a little bit. But then another thing is try to avoid voting out people for literally no reason. Like, there has to be at least one reason that you want to vote somebody out that you give. But voting somebody like at random during a meeting, if you're gonna skip, is fine. Like, that's fine. Like, those random one person or two person votes when everyone else is voting on something else is fine. That can happen. And there's also rules that need that to be effective and not be effectively a classic deck, so that's understandable. So if you're on Discord, just deafen during this game because there'll be because there's going to be proximity chat. There's no need to have both up. I will not be in the chats in the meantime, though. If there was a time where we didn't want to do proximity chat and we wanted to do a discussion over like Discord, that's why the chats are there. So the chats are not designed specifically for us to play. I also need to adjust some stuff on my Among Us chats, but that'll be fine. Taskbar updates will start on meetings, like Hoffly Lobbies in Among Us, if you know those. And proximity chat will be on. Random starting positions will be on. The max player count will be 16. I think it's fine. You don't get all the information you want, but there's also like 20 colors, so that's another thing. Okay, and then the number of ducks will vary based on how many players are there at the time. So for 5 to 7 players, it'll be 1 duck. For 8 to 11 players, it'll be 2. And then for 12 to 16, I'm doing 3. I know on 16 you could do 4, but I'm gonna just avoid doing 4 for now. Blind ducks will be off. Number of tasks will be 6 to 8 depending on player count. So like if there's 5 players in the game, there will be a lower amount of tasks. So like there will be like 6 tasks instead of, let's say, like 8. And then hide visual tasks will be on, and same with hide ejects. That's just so that the game is a little more interesting because confirm ejects is kind of bland, in my opinion. The roles, I'll explain how each one's going to go. So the reason I've been walking around is just so that I don't get kicked for idle. Uh, but basically, you get all of the roles will be random in some capacity, but I'll go over certain things that'll change. So Dodo Bird, completely random, any player count. Vulture will be random, but only if there's 8 or more players. Bounty Goose, uh, Mechanic Goose, Vigilante Goose, Technician Goose, Medium Goose, Canadian Goose, and Sheriff Goose are all random at any player count. Mimic Goose is random at 8 or more players. Now, at first it would be kind of odd to say that, but at the same time, the duck will know the Mimic Goose on one duck, so what's the point at that point? So it's like there's no point to the roll at before 8+ players. Detective Goose will be random at any player count. Cannibal Goose will be random at 8 or more as well. Now, I could do it at less than 8, but I feel like having that ability to say, hey, I'm the vulture on the cannibal duck, as a off chance that people will believe you for it, would be interesting at that point. Like giving them more than just saying, oh, I saw this person eat a corpse, let's vote them out just because they're 100% the cannibal at below 8 players. Silencer duck, spy duck, professional duck, morphling duck, and are all random. And then lovers, the sample cooldown will also be lower than 20. It's going to be 10. I feel like the morphling at 20-second morph sample cooldown is kind of slow, but the morph duration will be 20 seconds. That will stay at its base. Lovers will be only in at 10 or more players, and that can be a duck or 2 geese. So yeah. Vote reveal will be colorblind. The discussion and vote timer will be a minute each. So there's that. Emergency limit 1, emergency cooldown 20 seconds. And here's where things get interesting. I actually have a plan for certain roles to have different vision. So like for the goose, you get low vision. For the ducks, you get high. And Dodo and Vulture get medium. None of these will have flashlight vision, so like that'll also be an interesting thing, is that flashlight vision's a lot different. Movement speed will be medium, kill cooldown will be 20 seconds, and sabotage and door cooldown are 50 each. 50 seconds each. So yeah. So there's the baseline of the rules. Now, to get into these lobbies, you're going to have to be on Discord. So you'll have to join my Discord server as well. So let's get into that half of the video so that I can actually do that. And I'll pause just so that I can swap over easier. So to join my server, you'll have to go into the link in the description. But an important detail is that you'll have to go through this. So the role requests, how it works is simply you put in roll me like this, and then you put a hyphen, and then you have to either put in exactly what that is or copy and paste it on the Goose Goose Duck part. So yeah. And these are just all that have chats. I do have specific chats for every game. It's just, well, not every game, but every game that is listed here. So, and there's no extra ones at the moment. So, like if you want Goose Goose Duck roles, there's also a thing. Like you can see, I have a bunch of roles on my account. So, but basically, that putting that in, pressing enter, it'll give you the role. In fact, I'll even show you that it works. So you see how I removed that? Roll me Goose Goose Duck. And you'll see it removes it, and you'll see I have the role. And that's pretty much just the thing. So yeah, I swapped back over by pausing it. So pretty much that's just what you'll see, and don't worry, that'll be all that matters for that. And I know that a lot of things in the instructions there are kind of just that if they seem a little off, don't worry. If you find a way that is simpler, that still gets the exact same point across, I might change the description for the roll me thing. But basically it's I have me6 doing the rolls, and that's why it's the way it is. Like I don't have the bot for React rolls, unfortunately, and I personally don't have everything for that memorized offhand, but don't worry. So the next thing is that if you need any help with the Discord, there's also you can talk to me, like if there's any issues. And if you need to set up Discord, there's no problem with that. I can understand that some people still don't have Discord accounts, but Discord does make things a lot easier to set up these lobbies. And if I find that a certain group of people that is good enough for this, I'll probably invite them to private lobbies that you'll see more often. And for now, these lobbies will be public lobbies, so certain people might not be seen for a bit, but yeah. On top of it, if you are streaming, make sure you, or record, well, if you're streaming, make sure you hide this, like, before you start streaming. And make sure before you start streaming if it isn't hidden already. So yeah, I think that wraps things up for what I'm intending for this video. So it's a bit shorter, surprisingly, but I hope to see you all there, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.